Starting. We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's a new setup, so I'm still trying to get used to some of it, but we're live, and that's the important thing. Justin's here, or Kylo, or yeah. He says it helps with the blinding bright light.
It is very bright in here.
Hopefully you all can see this. We're trying to get it going. And so far, yes, good. It's working. Okay. I don't need that. So, the Last Jedi trailer. Did you watch it?
I watched it maybe 10 times already.
10?
10.
Jeez, I think I'm only on like 4 or 5. I started out, I was checking out in Costco when it dropped. Like literally 6 seconds after it dropped, I was watching it while I was checking out Costco. Not the best place to try and watch a trailer you've been waiting for months for.
Probably not.
It's not.
No.
It wasn't ideal.
No.
So, thoughts? Initial thoughts?
Well, I'm hoping that they don't do a Rogue One and use none of this footage in the movie whatsoever. Because there's some good footage in the trailer.
I know. That really stunk about Rogue One.
Yes.
It had some great footage in there, and it was like, what? None of it?
I hope they don't do that. One thing that I'm picking on, that I noticed right off the bat, you have the new AT-ATs, whatever they're called, like the bigger ones, and then a couple seconds later, snowtroopers. First Order snowtroopers.
Right. So what's your fear there? Like, it's going to be a remake of Empire Strikes Back?
I love Empire Strikes Back. It's my favorite movie. Force Awakens was more or less a copy of A New Hope. I can kind of see why they did it, though, because Kylo wanted to be like his grandfather, and that was like his grandfather's biggest achievement, you know, one of them, so I can kind of see why they did that.
Right.
But they just can't copy anymore. Please don't.
But they can. If they want to.
Okay, fine, let me rephrase that. Just because they can doesn't mean that they should.
Right, true.
So, but yeah, other than that little nitpicky moment there, that I'm excited.
The rest of the trailer looks pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
So we saw Kylo Ren smash his helmet,
Mm-hmm.
which everybody was like worried about. The smashed helmet in the very first trailer they released had just the broken pieces.
I mean,
that's all they saw, and then
that's another nitpicky thing.
Yes.
Like, how did he get that helmet from Starkiller Base?
I think he had multiples.
Probably.
He had to have had multiple helmets. And
I'm gonna laugh so hard if, like, when he smashes his helmet, a stormtrooper runs up and just gives him another helmet. Or you see him like pulling one from a stockpile of helmets.
Popped out. You could do more like Star Trek, Star Wars crossover and have him replicate one right there. Just, I need a new helmet, and how it just, bing. That was my big nitpick on the Force Awakens. Aside from the plot line following A New Hope really closely, was that they had a quantum flux generator or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds a lot like Star Trek. Anyway, okay, so seeing the trailer now, I'm more excited for this movie than I was originally. I still am a little bit keeping my expectations and my hopes low because I don't want to be super disappointed when I go to the theater and see it. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it'll be good either way. I'm with Justin. I hope they don't follow the Empire Strikes Back storyline really, really close, because that would kind of suck. Hey, Richard. Welcome to the stream, brother.
There we go.
Overall, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited to see the interaction between Snoke and Rey. I think that'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started guessing the whole plot line, and I hope I'm not right, but
I'm excited to see how powerful Snoke is in the Force.
Right?
Because that's
him and his
that's one big part of the trailer that I caught.
Big kyber crystal ring.
Well, that too, but the scene where like Rey's
he
all
obviously
contorted.
knows how to use the Force.
Oh goodness, yes.
Yeah, like
it's gonna be epic.
He's been around the block a few times using the Force apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so who do you think Luke was talking about when he said he's seen that kind of raw strength before?
the way that Disney's going, my guess would be Kylo.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I think because he's saying it didn't scare him, and then of course the backstory with Kylo is that he killed all the rest of the Jedi Padawans, and then so that was my guess too. Is like, I still wondering what the big twist is, and my only thought is like, either Rey goes bad and joins Snoke and Kylo, and Luke has to like go in and whip them all into shape or something, or Luke goes to the dark side and
I don't know. I still have faith.
Kylo
in Luke.
and Rey are gonna.
I still have faith in Luke.
I don't think he'll join the dark side. I just don't see that happening. I don't. That would be so far removed from everything else in every other movie that Luke's been a part of. But I don't know. I think he's gonna be playing the part of like the broken, worn out Jedi Master who's just tired of it all. And that's where Rey gets driven to Kylo and meets Snoke, and then hopefully maybe they go in and rescue her, like, and get her back, and then she joins the light side. And because obviously I think so my guess is, and I don't remember if this has been out there probably, but they obviously Kylo and his buddies go and burn down that tree, which has the source of all Jedi knowledge, or whatever the original texts of Jedi teachings. And that's where apparently he and Rey have a little conversation about her finding her place, because there's like stuff flaming around him, I'm guessing. So I'm curious. I haven't been following at all any of your conversations, but hey, Denali. The beta. Oh, you guys are still talking about
Battlefront beta.
Yeah, the Battlefront beta. Yeah, I haven't played it. Does the Battlefront beta work for Xbox One? Because that's all I've got. So I would assume it's PlayStation only.
I don't know. I have a PlayStation, so
you suck. I need to go over to your place for a day. Vader Nation.
Between using the dark side.
That's a good point. Vader Nation thinks that Luke find balance between using the light side and the dark side, and that's a good point. Like,
I could see it.
I could see that happening.
They better name drop Revan though.
They got a name drop.
They have to.
I think, I do. I hope that we get to see Luke with like really like let loose with some of his massive Jedi powers. So I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan too, and one of my biggest disappointments was they never really like Gandalf never really got to be like super powerful, like show that he was super powerful, because he was. I mean, there's a couple little instances where he shows, but it wasn't really like what he could do. And I hope they don't do that with Luke. Like, they have a 3-second clip. At least he talks in this movie. We know he talks.
We know he talks.
Unless they don't use any of the footage from the trailer, and then he might just have a lot of staring, longingly and mournfully and wistfully into this camera for hours on end. He's got to say something, though. He said something in both trailers now.
Yeah.
They can't. Although, really, most of the Rogue One trailers, all of them, most of those scenes didn't make it into the movie. So, which I was really supremely disappointed in. I really wanted to see Krennic and Vader like meet on the Death Star. And
the scene I was looking forward to the most was when Jyn was walking out there on that catwalk to the antennas. And all of a sudden, the TIE fighter just slowly hovers up.
Yes.
Ooh. I had all the goosebumps during that scene.
It was cool. Although they kind of stole that from Rebels when Vader comes surfing on his TIE fighter into the last season 3.
Rebels.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen Rebels.
Oh, that's like the best moment that in the animated series. I think that was one of the best moments ever. Is Vader comes surfing on top of his TIE fighter in to meet when he gets ready to confront Ahsoka, or in that whole last scene. I'll have to show it to you sometime. It's one of my favorites. Like Vader could do that. When he comes in to get Ezra and he tries to get the Sith holocron. Anyway, so enough about that. We're talking about The Last Jedi. So, it is on Xbox. Though, I might just try that. I might try and download it. See what I can do. Anyway. See, Richard, I totally agree with you. Luke needs to show the young guys how a Jedi Master works. And I think really I know they're obviously playing up the whole Last Jedi thing really big and making us all wonder what that's really about. But I think so Luke could be the last Jedi, and he could leave the Jedi Order and just be more like do the crossover thing, use more powers that the Jedi wouldn't use, and even I was reading about, I think it was Mace Windu was the only Jedi who used the kind of forbidden lightsaber forms, and because they just didn't want to tempt themselves, but he did, and he did it well, obviously, because he could whip Palpatine's booty.
Well, I mean, that's Legends now, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, that happened, some of it happened in Revenge of the Sith, but when he fought Palpatine. I was a little too disappointed in those other two Jedi Masters who died like that. Was a little...
We expected better from you, Kit Fisto.
Yes, we did. We did quite a bit. Yeah, Richard says you need to get on Rebels, Justin.
I will try.
I'm in agreement with Richard.
Is it on like Hulu or Netflix or something?
No, it's Disney XD. You got to buy it outright, probably, or something like that. You got to rent it or whatever.
I'll wait until they finish because I know
just
this
come over
is the
to my
last
house.
season.
I've got them all.
Okay.
We can watch them, binge watch.
Wait until the last season, get the box set.
There we go. That's what you do. So yeah, the jury is out for me on the walkers. I'm not a big fan of how they look. They look like giant apes, and I'm not like, I don't know. And why does everything have to be bigger and badder and like? I mean, like, it was a bigger Death Star, and obviously Snoke's command ship now is a bigger command ship, and are these walkers like they're just gigantic?
If this happens in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, where they're doing the walker thing and all that, then they send out the speeders with tow cables, I'm getting up and leaving.
Yeah.
I'd just rather watch Empire Strikes Back at home.
I might not make it that far. If Rey gets beat around by a giant salt monster that's white or snow monster that's white, I will probably just give up all hope, and I'll just come home, sit in my Vader costume, and watch Empire Strikes Back with this guy.
I'll be in my snowtrooper, so
we can just Empire Strikes it. Yeah. Yeah, the new walkers. I don't know. So Nick Hunter asks, how much do you think the First Order is in Delt? I don't know what Delta is, Nick. Tell me what Delta is, and I'll try to answer your question. Debt? You mean debt?
Oh, they're probably in a lot of debt after that.
That'd be huge. They lost the whole planet.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes the two Death Stars look like nothing. Although, granted, they probably didn't have to build as much of the planet as they had to build on the Death Stars. But, well, I don't know. Maybe the whole planet was hollow. I guess. Yeah,
I mean, it probably had to be because it harnessed like a sun, so, or stars or whatever.
That's true.
Weird thing that they used to power it.
So I am excited. I do like the. I like the look of the space battle that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious now. It is going to be intense, and I'm curious now if they like reworked it so that Kylo kills General Leia. I kind of hope not, but
yes, I hope not. But
at the same time, it would work.
It would work.
Which I would say
it would also, I guess, solidify Kylo being a heartless killer bad guy.
I would
sort of deal.
Say that would push him all the way into there's no coming back from that.
And then they can set up episode 9 where he just totally demolishes Snoke
and takes over.
And then he's like the big
bad
guy that everybody has to.
So, side question then: would that put Kylo in a higher fame category with fans than Vader?
I mean, maybe if they give him a haircut and some cooler clothes.
The clothes. I'm still not super sold on his new costume. I mean, the cape is cool. I wish it went to the ground. I'm not a big fan of the quilted vest thingy. Like looks from a knight of the Round Table, the Knight of Snoke Table.
They just need to give him some armor.
Yes,
some cool armor
and some sort of nasty breathing sound when he's in his helmet. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Maybe some blinking lights on the chest and belt. You know?
Yeah, see, John T. Clark knows what's up. He says Vader's still the man. It's true. Vader has a lot of staying power. Denali thinks the original AT-ATs were more menacing than the new ones for sure. I kind of agree. Yeah. I like the really tall, slender look. These ones look really blocky and beefy, and it just doesn't feel as menacing. I don't know. I guess to me, maybe it's partly the same way it was with like Vader's Revenge of the Sith helmet compared to the old ones. The Revenge of the Sith helmet just was like blah in my mind, and the old ones were like aggressive and mean. Maybe, but the background is different. Wait, which background? The background about the like where the walkers are, or are you talking about
Kylo's?
When he's holding his hand out. Yeah. Wait, so it went in regards to like, isn't that? Don't you think that that's when they burn the tree of life down, or knowledge of good and evil? I don't know what that tree is, but you know that tree, the Force tree, the origination of tree. I don't know. The birthplace of all the porgs.
Yay, porgs.
My running joke now is that they're all going to turn evil, and they're going to get saved only because one porg looks deeply into their eyes with his beautiful little eyes, just like Puss in Boots on Shrek. They're going to realize all of a sudden that they were all wrong, and they need to become good now. That's my theory. That's the big twist. The porgs are going to save the universe.
J.J. Abrams, take notes.
On the other hand, like, I really want to fry up some porg. I think it tastes like chicken. What do you think?
I don't know.
Like maybe stringy chicken, but I think they taste like chicken.
Mark Hamill said that they don't eat porgs.
Yeah, so. I know. It's a little disappointing. JT Clark says, overall rating the trailer, though, 8.5 for me, but I'm biased because you love everything Star Wars. Okay, I would say, like, up until this point, I was like a solid 4.5 to 5 on the Last Jedi trailers. Partly because they showed absolutely nothing. This one, I feel like they revealed quite a bit more. And so I'm pushed up to like the 7, maybe 7.5.
I'll go about 8.
You're about 8?
About 8.
Okay. I mean, I love Star Wars. I enjoy the prequels, even those dreaded prequels, and all the animated series that I've seen so far. But I'm keeping my expectations low, just because I'm really terrified that they're gonna really screw something up, and I don't want them to, because it's my Star Wars, man. Don't mess with it. It's good. It's yes. So
here's a real twist. All the trailers have nothing to do with the movie itself, and they're just recreating a Christmas special.
Oh God, no.
Why do you think they'll have December release dates?
Yeah. No. Don't go there. I can't believe you even brought the Christmas special up. My gosh. It's like the worst, most blighty thing on...
It's terrible. There's a reason, for those of you that don't know, I'm assuming everybody does, there's a reason why Star Wars fans keep the Christmas special so far under wraps that nobody talks about it.
We don't talk about the Christmas special. We don't. We just don't. It's not.
It makes the prequels look like
gold, like standard amazing movies. Yeah, whatever Academy Award winning movies. It's true. You lost the video? Richard lost the video. I've still got it, Richard. Sorry. Don't know what's going on. All my signals are good. Unless you've got a bad feeling about this. You've disappointed grandfather again.
Wouldn't be the first time.
JT Clark says, no, Justin. So, yeah, I'm still sitting at a solid 7.5, and I'm keeping my expectations down in that range until I see the movie. And I really hope to be blown away. Like, I hope to go in there and just be like, it's amazing. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I think, I'm a lot more excited for it now than I was. So,
he's watching it again.
I'm watching it again. See this? Oh, dang it. That's the only scene that I just don't. I'm like, this part right here is just that. the walkers and the shuttle overhead going up against some big wall, which I assume is a rebel base buried in the mountains there or something. And they're walking across the Dune Sea, the Salt Dune Sea, or the
Salty snow.
salty snow, with the crystal foxes, which actually are pretty cool.
Those are pretty.
Those are pretty sweet.
Have we seen anything of those in
We've
any of the other trailers?
No, all we've seen is in the D23 thing that they released of behind the scenes. They showed some of the creatures and stuff, and they showed them there because they're like animatronic puppets. They're not just CGI. Okay. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of them are CGI, but so then next scene we get this where it's Kylo and snowtroopers.
Yep, snowtroopers.
There's got to be flame troopers.
No, those are snowtroopers.
Really?
Yep.
How would there be snowtroopers? They're walking into the Tree of Life, or Tree of Force, or whatever. I'm guessing. I don't know. Actually, it looks like they're walking in from the mountain.
Yeah.
Off the Salt Dune Sea or whatever.
Yeah, but those are snowtroopers. They have the duster, and if you look closely at the helmet, it is a snowtrooper.
What if they're salt troopers? It's a whole new line of troopers. Salt sea troopers.
Salt troopers.
Spice troopers.
Oh goodness. They're not gonna start singing, are they?
Oh no, I hope not. And then we get, of course, Rey with her really brilliant, very, very, very light blue lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is such a light blue compared to The Last Jedi. It was way more blue.
Oh yeah.
Of course, they're also fighting at night and in the dark, not against the blue sky, so they probably did change it for that. Any other thoughts on the trailer so far?
Not really. I mean, that pretty much hits the. I'm really excited. Well, I was looking through some of the comments on the trailer itself, and one of them was somebody was noticing that Chewbacca always has a porg with him, so they're thinking that maybe Chewbacca has a new sidekick.
Okay, so I hope not. I'm personally not a big fan of the porgs. I
don't think we can be friends anymore, Jake.
Sorry. I understand that Star Wars has the Ewoks and has, like they always have those kind of little.
Porgs are better than Ewoks, though.
Okay, yes. And unless they beat a whole battalion of the new Salt Troopers, then they're not better than Ewoks.
Well, see, this is how they are better. Ewoks are a tribal.
Yes.
Beings. Okay?
Right.
Porgs are essentially puffins and penguins. So if they can come together to beat the Empire, the First Order or whatever.
That's true, yeah.
That is impressive.
That is impressive. Okay, and then there's the scene with the burning down house right after Luke's hand pops out of a pile of rubble, which I'm assuming is like a flashback to when Kylo wiped out the Jedi Academy that Luke had going. I'm hoping. Or maybe it's not a flashback. Maybe it's a flash forward.
Like a vision or something? Or?
Well, like maybe it happens later on in the movie. And like it's after Kylo and his buddies have like come in and destroyed the Tree of Force. Whatever that tree is called. And taken Rey with them. And then Luke comes up out of the rubble and like...
I get what you're saying. Okay.
And goes on a rampage and turns completely to the dark side and wipes the entire galaxy out. And yeah, I don't know. Please don't tell me they built another Death Star. I'm pretty sure the lights with Kylo are on Snoke's command ship. I'm hoping.
So.
I'm hoping. This right here. Like, please tell me that that's on Snoke's command ship or something. Not the new Death Star in building. The space battle does look good, I have to say. And if they learned anything from Rogue One, they learned how to do a really good space battle.
Yes.
Like Rogue One's space battle was just epic. It was awesome. And I'm pretty sure that he kills his mom.
I could see it.
Like
if he doesn't, then something else is going to happen.
If he doesn't, then he turns and he turns good, and which is one of my theories from way back. Is he turns good and Rey turns bad, and they do a big switcheroo.
I can kind of see that.
I don't know.
Just the amount
that's so far
off. Going based off of this, though, if they are connected, just how much he hesitates,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, and then we have this like cave run through.
That might be on the Salt Snow Planet.
If a giant mouth comes out of this cave as the Millennium Falcon is flying out, I'm leaving the theater, and I won't go back. That was my first thought when I saw this. I was like, oh, that's cool. Unless a giant space slug tries to eat the Falcon as it's flying out, I will be so upset. I'm assuming that's on the same planet as the Salt Flat Sea. What? I just... Yeah, I mean, am I the only one that thought that when they saw that part? I was just like, no slugs. No giant space slugs, please. I mean, that was cool in The Empire Strikes Back, but if they do it again, it'll just, like, no.
It'll solidify that it's a copy.
Oh, it would be, yeah.
It will solidify that Disney has run out of ideas for this franchise.
Yes. Now, one of my... Okay, this actually got me really excited, and I sure hope it's more than a blip or a 2-second scene, was the scene between Finn and Captain Phasma fighting.
Oh, yes.
Because I think, especially in the first movie, Phasma had the potential to be such a great character. And I know they hyped her way up, and then she had like 30 seconds of screen time, and it was just a bummer. But I really hope we get to see those two go at it for a while.
Oh, I hope so.
Really go at it. Because, I mean, apparently they do go at it, but like, they had this sort of scene in The Last Jedi, too, where, you know, the guy with the baton comes out. And it was over like that, and then it was moving on. So, but I really hope that Phasma and...
I hope so. I mean, yes, they had a lot of hype with her in the first movie, and then they let us down. But now, like, they've recently released her book, so I think that maybe she will play a bigger part.
I think she will.
Because now they want us to know her backstory.
Yeah.
So
I think she will.
It would just be a very, very bad call on Disney's part if they go to all the lengths to give us, you know, the backstory, who she is and all that, just to only give her, like, a couple seconds of screen time and then, like, kill her off or something.
Yeah.
That would be a very poor decision.
Oh, it would be horrible. It'd be so stupid. And, yes. And then, of course, the big question of whether or not Snoke has any force powers is answered.
He has all the force powers.
It's either that or he's got a giant fan. So, but I'm sticking with force powers on that one. I'm pretty sure he has some amazing force powers. I mean, obviously, he did teach Kylo stuff, and he wanted to complete Kylo's training, so he had some sort of force powers. This review is totally running off the rails now. What else? Oh, and then this. This is what you call a setup, where they're like hooking you in.
Oh, is that
where Rey's asking Kylo, does somebody show her place in the universe? Like, and they're really good at doing that, where you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. And they're like, no, just kidding. That was not at all. Not even close.
James, I am sorry you are disappointed in me.
Oh, gee, wow, you're disappointing a lot of people tonight.
I'm burning bridges in Idaho left and right. You guys aren't going to want me to come back.
They're just like, yeah.
I've already been replaced as Kylo.
Oh. It's okay. We still like you.
For now.
Let's see. Wow, you guys have chatted a lot while I was going through the trailer. Penguin thing. Yeah, the penguin things are just pure marketing.
But it's good marketing.
It's
apparently
obviously
because I bought one.
It's not working on me. I've spent many years training my brain to avoid marketing schemes from Disney and their Jedi marketers. Oh.
Boise gets snow, John. Just saying. It gets cold there.
Why is John T. Clark? Why is my intellect dizzying? Jeez. Oh, James. You didn't tell James you were going live tonight?
No.
Oh my goodness.
The trailer came out. I've been watching the trailer nonstop. Then he gets a hold of me and he's like, hey, I'm going live at 7. Well, do you want me there or not? Yeah, you can come. Okay. Guess I better shower now.
Yeah. Yep. I agree, Richard. I think the Phasma and Finn fight is going to be excellent. I think that's, yeah.
I kind of want to see how the fight goes before that, because Finn is using one of the executioner stab things.
Exactly. And obviously everything's burning down around them.
Exactly.
So, like, there was some sort of rampage and pillage.
That's gonna be a battle.
That's gonna be awesome. Personally, I hope the whole movie is like one giant battle. Like, we do like 5-10 minutes of Luke training Rey or whatever. Just get that over with. And the Porgs and the other nun creatures on the planet there, which we haven't seen anything of in any of the previews.
In this trailer.
So they either play some huge role that nobody knows about yet, or they're just a blip on the screen and it was like, hey, look at this thing we made. Anyway, but I really hope that there's lots of, like, I hope there's lots of battles. I hope there's lots of really good saber battles. Because, yes, I want to see.
We need a Kylo versus Rey round 2.
Yes, we do. We do. Oh. John T. Clark says you only think about yourself. So sad. So sad. Oh, anyway, so what's your favorite part of the trailer so far? I know we're chatting here, and I'll try and read it off on the live stream so other people can enjoy it too. And what do you think is going to happen? Like,
please no Jar Jar theories, though.
No, Jar Jar, they're so played out. Please don't Jar Jar theory anything. They're just let that die.
When I was going through the comments on the trailer, it was like every other comment was Jar Jar this.
It's insane how many comments were about Jar Jar. Oh my gosh. So many comments about Jar Jar. Just stupid.
All right. Let's Paint said Snoke's whole throne room is painted in a pretty intense red. What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's just like character stuff.
Yeah.
See the red paint and he's like, oh wow, this guy's evil. He's in a throne room. So he's definitely powerful.
And he wears gold.
He's a high roller.
He's a high roller. He's a baller.
Got that Force Crystal ring.
Yeah.
Kyber Crystal ring.
Giant, like 18 karat Kyber Crystal ring. It's huge. I would say, I mean, yeah, I think obviously it's meant to denote that he is evil. He is totally evil. That would be a big twist if he turned good in the end and Kylo and Rey were bad and Luke and Snoke had a team up to, like, I'm throwing every possible absolute twist out there. One. I don't like that one either. Anyway, so I mean, I think that's part of it. Is they're showing he's evil and stuff. Well, because he's wearing gold, not black, which is new for bad guys. Unless you're like in a Bond movie or something with Goldfinger, then it's totally cool. But you have to talk funny. So I think it's that, and I think partly too, like from a production standpoint, red and gold look good together. Mm-hmm. Like it looks awesome, and so I wonder if they're borrowing a lot from, like, if you go to Asia, lots and lots and lots of stuff is gold and red.
Yeah, I mean, George Lucas said that he had
a lot of
bunch of influence from, like the
from
Jedi, for example,
the samurai movies, and
the tabards and all that.
It's all
ancient Asian culture stuff. So, but as for the red, I think that's just like a storytelling technique.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know in plays and all that, lighting and set design and color is like a huge part of it. So if something bad happens, you throw red lights on.
Right.
If someone's angry, red lights, so.
Like this.
Yeah.
Red lights. Like those. It looks kind of orange in the screen, but they're red, if you didn't know that. Because we're angry. So angry right now. Not really, but
oh, it just popped into my mind. Kylo's the streak on his face. What do you think that is?
The black thing?
Mm-hmm.
Where the scar
is that like a carbon fiber tattoo, or is that
carbon?
I don't know what's going on with that.
A carbonite? I think it's a Band-Aid. That's my guess. It's just a big Band-Aid.
Okay.
I don't know. It's stitching. Like, okay, yeah, so my thoughts on that were when I saw that, because at first when you see Rey and Kylo, when you first see Kylo, You don't see it in the whole movie. You don't see that big bit. So my thought is like that scene happens in relatively quick succession from after the ending of The Last Jedi. So he's obviously like still getting healed up. So my guess is that he goes back to Snoke, and Snoke sends him out to go like wipe out his mom and her fleet of
And
little
that
rebel
would mean
ships.
that happens at the beginning of the movie.
Right. So, but if you think like because Star Wars movies have always been told in parallels.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch the prequels and the original, they parallel each other. Not exactly, but they do parallel each other. Even the shots like mirror each other and stuff. And that's another storytelling technique that's really good. It's a great one to use. But I think that
Hey, we're live, by the way.
oh, we are?
Yeah.
Did you just get a notification?
I just got a notification saying that you're live.
Dear Lord, that's 35 minutes late. Okay, thanks YouTube. Way to go. So I think that they're gonna mirror the pace of the story from Empire Strikes Back, at least, where like you have this constant like struggle with the Millennium Falcon and Han and the Empire and all that after the first initial battle that's going on throughout the movie while you're switching back to Luke and Yoda, or in this case Luke and Rey, teaching her about the Force and stuff. So you have this kind of like intense and then down and intense and down and intense, and that way it doesn't wear your audience out. But
paralleling is okay, just not direct copying.
Exactly. And it's like the direct copy on The Force Awakens. Obviously, sometimes I'm like, did they set this whole movie up so they could use that one liner right there? Like, really? Come on, that was just a little too easy. Anyway, so
Fantastic Raids has not seen the trailer yet. You need to fix that.
What? Fantastic Raids? Jeez. I know you live in tomorrow, but come on, it's already out. You should be watching it right now.
Definitely need to fix that.
Definitely fix that.
So Richard said that the mesh, or the carbon fiber, is mesh to help the scar heal. Just use Bacta, Colto or something.
Right, you would think that the Bacta tanks would have advanced by now. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously Finn got better, and he took a lightsaber straight to his spinal cord, like up the whole spinal cord. So either that or that leather jacket he was wearing was some thick hide leather. It was made of porg.
Porgs are lightsaber resistant? Is that what you're...
Yeah. It was porg skin.
Cam 19967. Anyone think the Knights of Ren are going to play a bigger part? I hope so.
I hope so too.
I want more Knights of Ren.
I would really like to see Kylo and the Knights of Ren, especially Grenade Face, because everybody seems to love him, show up on the island with the tree and like really duke it out with Luke and Rey. And I mean, I think that's what's going to happen pretty early on. I'm pretty sure that is going to be like really fast and really early on. Maybe that's happening while the Rebel base is getting attacked by the Gorilla Walker things in the Salt Dune Sea with the Salt Snowtroopers. That's my, because in the D23 Expo thing that they released, you see Rey is training to fight against, in one scene she's training to fight against multiple people, which makes me think of Knights of Ren, while Kylo and Luke go at it. And then you also see her training to fight against somebody who's really tall, which I think is dope. Because the guy's fighting against her with a like 12-foot tall staff, which is bigger than a bow staff. Mm-hmm. Right, Richard? You can back me up on that. I don't know of any 12-foot tall bow staffs. I mean, they do spears and stuff, but that would be long for a spear even. That would be huge. Anyway, Kylo wants fresh revenge. That's what Richard thinks. I agree. Fantastic Raids. You need to just look it up on YouTube. Go to look up Star Wars on YouTube. Go to the Star Wars channel, and it should be the #1 thing. It's probably already trending. Like, I'm surprised the internet hasn't just stopped working completely. We're like two Marx Brothers.
Which ones, John?
No, don't answer that. I don't even go there.
I don't know. My mom says I look like Groucho because of my giant eyebrows. So.
Yeah, see, Richard's backing me up here. His staff is normally like 7 feet or so. You don't want a staff so long and unwieldy that you can't spin it around or move it without knocking everything over. I mean, even what's that, Richard? You probably know what the long pole with the real wide flat blade on the end is. I can't remember what that's called anyway. But even that is not like 12 feet long.
Halberd?
What?
Halberd?
I No, that doesn't ring a bell. I don't know.
It's got like an axe blade on the end, right?
No, it's like a really long but flat, like a broadsword. Not broadsword, but like a. Yeah. Anyway, the only movie I can think of that I've seen it in where they actually used it to fight was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Okay, you probably wouldn't want to watch it anyway. What about the new Royal Guards? Oh, Denali, I'm so glad you asked about the new Royal Guards or Praetorian
Guards, yeah.
I think they're pretty cool looking, personally. I don't like the one with the big wide thing on the top of his head.
It looks a little silly.
It looks stupid. The other one looks cool.
I do like their swords and pikes and all that they have, though.
Those, yeah.
Those
I really
awesome.
hope we get to see them in action. That was my one thing. Like, the Royal Guards and all the other movies, they're supposedly, like, the best of the best. Because, obviously, they're protecting, like, the guys. And we don't see them do anything.
I mean, you see him get owned.
Well,
Episode 3.
Yes.
By Yoda.
That's true. That was Yoda, though. But yeah, I hope we get to see them do something, like actually go out and, do something. Does Rey's lightsaber mean the end of her staff? PC Gamer asked that. I think the staff will be around, but I think it's going away.
I think it's going to be saber only.
Yeah.
On.
Yep, I agree. Hey, Reese. Pole arm. Yeah, that's right. Pole arm. That's what those are called. It's a long pole.
Okay, well, you made it sound like it was like a really long sword.
No. It's a long pole with a big, but short, really wide,
basically
blade
a
at the
stick
end.
with a knife on it.
A really big knife.
Yeah, I know what a pole arm is, but
yeah, okay, yeah, giant. Yeah,
we're on the same page. Okay.
Yes, we are. They look like fencers.
Would you like a theory of Kylo turning good and Rey turning bad? And in Episode 9, it would be up to Kylo to turn Rey back from the dark side.
Yes, I've had that theory. I kind of hope they don't go that direction, personally. Please don't. It would be quite a plot twist. But a lot of people are saying that could happen, so I really think, they have spent years working on this story, and they obviously are making the biggest twist that you could possibly think of. So I'm sure they sat there with storyboards and wrote out every possible scenario and then tried to pick the one that was least likely to be guessed by everybody that worked with the story.
I thought they did it and picked the one that would be most likely to make them the most money.
Well, that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's probably several qualifications in there for that to happen, but anyway. Yes, it would. Amazing Cred says, behind the scenes show Kylo fighting numerous people, so do you think he will turn on the Knights of Ren to save Rey? I think, personally, my guess is that was a scene where they're, going into after the guerrilla walkers knock down the wall of salt. The Wall of Winter. Wait, no, that's a different genre. Never mind. Obviously, I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but there's a big ice wall, right? Isn't there a big ice wall?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Neither one of us have watched Game of Thrones. Yes, well, there's a big ice wall, I think. Anyway, this is a big salt wall with the salt troopers. I like the salt troopers. I'm sticking with that. Salt troopers. They're going to be salt troopers. Yeah, Kylo. I'm with you, Fantastic Rates. I don't think Kylo's going to turn to the good side. I think the fact that he killed Han and that it looks like he's killing Leia is pretty well cemented him in the bad side. I think there's a chance he could get redemption in the last movie, maybe, but that would be so close to the Return of the Jedi, and I hope they don't do that. Maybe he wipes out Snoke and just takes over, like you were saying earlier. That would be better in my mind. Yeah. And it would open up more chances for them to do more movies. And give Kylo a running 40-year run at taking over for Vader.
In 30 more years, they're going to make another set of movies.
Jeez, I hope not. Amazing Crane says they hope that they make Kylo seem like he has more of a consciousness. See, I think
if he takes Leia out,
then it's over.
He's not going to have any conscience whatsoever.
But they do obviously show he's having some sort of conflict there.
He totally hesitates.
And maybe he hesitates long enough for Leia. I mean, obviously she said they're still good in him. And
And that is if these two scenes do go together.
Right, true.
So,
and that's the thing with these trailers. Like, they could be editing scenes from totally different parts of the movie, and you think, oh my gosh, that's what's going to happen. And then you're like, wait. Or like in Rogue One, they could just put scenes in there that aren't going to be in the movie at all.
Yeah.
Just so that we're all guessing about stuff like this, and we're totally wrong. Amazing Cranes hope he has a change of heart, not to pull the trigger on his mom, and then she'll die right in front of him anyways, and it will trigger something in him. See, now that's actually kind of an original theory. Like, Snoke takes her out, or Rey turns evil and takes her out, or Luke turns evil and takes her out. Ooh, family drama.
Oh my. Snoke looks like Palpatine. No.
They are so different. In my mind, they're so different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not to mention the fact that Snoke's like 9 feet tall, or 8 feet tall, whatever he is. But yeah, I get the whole idea of like the scarred, withered, old-looking person, but they're definitely different. That was the one thing I wish that... I mean, I know they couldn't do it necessarily, but like in Return of the Jedi, it would have been cool to see Palpatine do a little more than lightning.
Yeah.
But granted, that was like when they released that movie, that was like, oh my gosh, he does lightning out of his hands.
Right.
But then, of course, we got all the other movies and Clone Wars and everything else, and it was like, wait, there's way more than lightning.
He was an old guy. Come on.
He was very old. And that was the only description Ian McDiarmid got was, he's really, really old.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, he basically only got the part because George Lucas liked his nose.
Right. He had a great nose for sticking out under the hood. How'd you like to put that on your resume? Yes. I played the guy with the nose. Reese says the whole trailer thing with Rogue One, the guy who was with Vader at his castle in the hood, people are all over, oh, he's the Emperor, why is he kneeling? It's just a janitor. Personal assistant. We like to use a personal assistant. That's what he was, personal assistant. But yeah, essentially he was a janitor.
Support group.
Support group? Yeah, exactly. Somebody had to put Vader back together after he took him back to bath. Matt Wyatt, you hope Snoke isn't Palpatine. That's been pretty firmly established that Snoke is not a character from any of the old movies that we've seen. Which, thank God, rules out Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Because that theory actually was going for a while, and I was a little bit worried, other than he looked totally different in his face, obviously. But
I was kind of hoping that it was I don't know the name, but the kid that Anakin...
Oh, the
totally
Jedi
demolished, the one
that Anakin wiped out?
The one that said, there's so many of them, what are we going to do, and all that?
Yes. That would have been kind of cool.
Because I saw pictures where they, like, lined them up, and it was, oh my goodness, it was
true.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah. And my other favorite theory was the Darth Plagueis theory, that Snoke was Darth Plagueis, survived, and was just, like, biding his time. He actually learned to control midi-chlorians. Get me started on those. Reese hopes Rey doesn't turn bad to be unredeemed in Episode 9. You've heard people asking for Kylo not to turn, which clearly shows fans have lost a sense of good versus evil. Yeah, probably a little bit. I hope that the big twist in this movie is not to do with any of the main characters switching good to bad sides or bad to good sides. I would like them to leave that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if the big twist is Rey's parentage, or something that Luke found out about the Jedi, or something, that would be fine. Or something about Snoke would be fine, even though I know we're not supposed to find out a whole lot more about him in this one. But I just... The big twist of one of the main characters switching from good to evil or evil to good is, like, it's so obvious that's what everybody thinks the big twist is, and so that's why I think they won't do that.
Probably not.
And I hope they don't.
I would like to know more about, like, Rey's lineage, though.
I would, too. The PC Gamer was hoping Snoke was Mace Windu, which actually I did like that. I like that theory, too. Because technically we don't know that Mace is dead. Team Plagueis for life. Hey, thanks for the sub, Ethan.
Oh, hey, Reese, those Empire Strikes Back conspiracy theorists, they're here. They're sitting right here.
Yes. We're both really pulling for a not remake of Empire Strikes Back, which is looking less and less likely, I have to say.
They're definitely pulling a lot of things from it.
A lot. A lot. And yeah, I hope that they venture farther. Like the Last Jedi was fine, and it rebooted the franchise really well. I think they could have not played it so safe with it and really pushed it a little further, and it would have done just as well. Uh, but obviously, after the backlash that George Lucas received from the prequels,
Yeah.
they were probably a little bit frightened about trying to do much of anything to change any part of Star Wars. And I don't blame them because, yeah, it's, I mean, Lucas really got
Those were dark
reamed,
times.
man, for years. He still gets reamed. It's just, yeah, yeah. Reese says, can't we just enjoy the film? Doesn't matter if it's great, if it gets the point across about be good, not evil, then cool. It'll be entertaining to watch. And that's where, yeah, that's where I'm going to like leave it with my whole view on this. I'm going just to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find any sort of deeper meaning or anything other to go and just enjoy the movie. After I've enjoyed it one time, then I'll pick it apart to death.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll probably do something like this and just pick it apart to death. Maybe we'll get the whole crew in here. They all like pile in there, the super wide angle lens, and just all whine about every part of the movie we hated. That might be a viral
It could be
video.
interesting but very dangerous all at the same time.
It's true. It's true. I would say, Richard. Yeah. See. Okay. I don't hate the prequels like some people just absolutely hate the prequels. I wish he had done a few things different.
A lot of things different.
But they're not horrible. Like, you know.
Christmas special.
Well, there's a good point. Like what should never be done.
Yeah.
Ever. So, I wish they had kept Darth Maul alive for the first two prequels. I thought that Darth Maul was way more, had way more potential storyline for a bad guy than Count Dooku did. And Grievous was fine. Whatever, leave him in there. But Maul was...
At least bring in Maul with Dooku.
Yeah.
Just...
Or, yeah, Maul was awesome. To me, Maul was probably the best part about the whole prequel. Mm-hmm. That and the 1/2 second where they seal Vader's mask and he takes that first breath. That was basically all I really cared about in the prequels. Maul was great. Let's see. Reese finds it hilarious how so many fans watched TFA, caused it to break so many world records at the box office. Then, as soon as one reported a repeat, everyone got mad. It's true, and that is a great example of groupthink. Because I don't hate the movie. I think they mirrored the storyline a little too closely, but the movie was good. It was well done. There weren't too many lens flares, even though JJ directed it. There was no like timeline reboot of time travel or anything like that, which was good. I think that Kylo has the potential to be a great bad guy. Whether he ever attains like the same status that Vader has will take time. And this next movie will be a big kind of question mark in that process, because however they present him, if he's still a whiny adolescent, unstable person, it's not as convincing of a bad guy as somebody who's cool, in control, and then wiping people out without mercy, without ever like blinking or showing any sort of emotion. And that was part of what made Vader so powerful, was the fact that he just killed people for the fun of it, is what it seemed like. And you just never really got a sense of like if he was angry or not. Maybe once in a great while you'd figure out he was angry, and then all hell would break loose, and it wouldn't be a great thing for when Luke lost his hand and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's my thought. Amazing Craze. When are the NeoPixel blade connectors coming in? I don't know. I'm dying for them to come in. Until then, I got some different connectors that I'm going to make it work in my lightsaber, and I'm going to rebuild my lightsaber with a NeoPixel blade because I cannot wait any longer. And then when they release the connectors, then I'll probably rebuild my saber again, which will be like the 10th or 15th time I've rebuilt my saber. Anyway, Maul with Dooku. Richard says Maul with Dooku would have been awesome. I agree. It would have been awesome.
He might be a little bit biased, though.
Yeah, but he could be biased. Yeah, Richard. You gonna outfit your Maul saber with NeoPixels? That would be something. TFA can't function on its own, unlike A New Hope. Yeah, I don't know. I think it can. I watched the movie. I watched it the other day for fun while I was like building stuff in my garage, and it's really not that bad. Like, anyway, I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, they all have their, pros and cons.
True, it's true. They do.
Kylo is like an annoying teen. He is, but I caught that his voice is like a little bit more gruff and kind of a little bit deeper in this one. It's more kind of
it
darker
did sound
Kylo,
like more settled. And I'm hoping that's the case. Like,
not whiny like he was in Force Awakens.
yeah, I don't know if whiny is the right term because like Anakin was whiny, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't deny that.
Anakin was whiny in the prequels. He just was. Kylo wasn't ever whiny as much as he just wasn't in control, and that to me like even Maul when he was, I mean, obviously he fed on anger and he was pretty vicious that way, but you always had this sense of like he wasn't really out of control angry, like lost it angry. And that's what's kind of cool and scary when somebody has control over like rage it could be pretty awesome because it's very powerful. It's a powerful motion. Yeah, I agree with you there, Reese. No Christmas special. No Christmas special fet. Yeah. No Christmas. We don't talk about the Christmas special anymore. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Jeez. Now I'm going to have to tag it in the tags of this thing and everything.
No, you don't.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to. Anakin wasn't whiny. It's something called bad screenwriting.
Whiny, bad screenwriting, bad acting. Kind of the trio that comes to mind immediately right there.
I would say overall, bad writing and bad directing. Because I've seen both of those actors act in other movies, and they've done a much better job.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they would have been amazing or anything, but I think they would have been better.
Okay.
And
I'll take back the bad acting, but definitely
the screenwriting.
Bad screenwriting.
God help us, that was And if you read the stories of what happened in the original trilogy, like that happened too. The thing was, George Lucas was a nobody, and basically the cast pushed back and was like, "No, that's stupid. We should do it like this," or the writers pushed back. I mean, the story goes that when he got done editing the movie, it was an incoherent mess, and his wife went in and edited it for him and made a New Hope that we know now, because it was just all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so the trouble is that when he did the prequels, like George Lucas is a revered person because he has a massive franchise that's known around the world and companies and blah blah blah. So who's going to go, Mr. Lucas? I think it should be done differently. Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody's going to do that.
Nope.
When you can bankroll making your own movie and basically do whatever you want, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, I can get behind this. TFA was more of a stepping stone to The Last Jedi. I could get behind that. They were just setting up the story.
It's true.
Because it's been... What was the timeline between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens? Like 30 years or so?
30 years.
So, I mean, definitely a lot's happened, and there's more... You can't fit everything that happened into a title role.
No.
So...
No. And that, to me, that was the Force Awakens. The whole idea, the goal of Force Awakens was just to like, kick off the genre,
this era
franchise
of the
again.
Franchise, yeah.
And then to start a new storyline. And it did that really well. It just set a stage of new characters and kind of real brief of what had been happening in the galaxy, and then left it way open-ended for whoever was coming in next to do the next movie. So it did a good job at that. Thanks, NJ. He likes the trooping videos.
Everybody's putting together a Kylo costume.
What?
He's just... feel like I need to. I feel like I need to wear this now.
Richard, you just got notification an hour late. That's awesome. There you go. Can you do the voice without a voice changer?
Look how old you've become. It's not as convincing.
It's not as convincing. The T-shirt really doesn't help either.
We just need to cover up the.
You just need a black quilt. Then you'd be like the Last Jedi Kylo.
Yeah, make a cape out of it.
Black quilt and a satin cape, and you're set. So,
This one then, since I'm rebel style today.
Amazing Grains thinks more 501st members need to vlog.
Yeah.
I will say, it's a lot more work than you think it is. Especially, yeah, it's just a lot more work than you think it is. It's way harder than doing a regular vlog, I will say. Because getting good footage and then keeping it interesting, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot of work. Anyway.
Oh, this one even helps out with the
Thanks,
light.
NJ. I appreciate the compliment.
This one helps out with the light a lot, too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Man, where's my Vader helmet? I'm feeling left out. So, all right. We're going to wrap it up. Call it a night. I'm excited about the movie. I think this trailer was good. I think they did save a lot of it for now because they're really wanting to hype it now because obviously we're just a few months away from its release. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stay up all night to go see it in the opening night or not. I might wait a day or two. I'm not.
Have you even bought your tickets yet?
No, they're gone. They're probably all sold out. IMAX, I'm
For
sure.
up here?
Yeah. They sold out fast last time. Anyway, so we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, so Fantastic Raids is very disappointing in the Battlefront 2 game.
Really?
I don't know anything about that. I haven't played it. It's beta. I will see if I can try the beta cam. I'll see if I can do it tomorrow, maybe. So, cross saber, single blade lightsaber. Well, if you like editing, then vlogging is the way to go because there's lots of editing. In fact, the ones that I have to edit now are literally like, I don't know, 70 clips of like 10 to 30 second clips of the last troops that we did. Hours and hours and hours of footage. All little, well, the Star Wars Reads Day that we did Saturday, I'm editing that now, and it's like, that is a lot of clips because I was filming everything. So I did this to myself. I pulled muscles in my back so I couldn't go troop. So I was like, I'm going to go help and be support crew and just help. And I'll film while I'm there. Well, that may have turned out to be a very bad idea because I filmed a lot. And a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway. All right. We're going to wrap this up. It's been an hour. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you, if you haven't yet watched the Last Jedi trailer, go and watch it. It's worth the watch. And yeah. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. Share and like these videos. If you haven't already, definitely hit subscribe. Tell your friends about it. We'll be back soon with another video. The next videos you'll see will be like troop vlog videos that we did at convention up here and Star Wars Reads Day and stuff like that. As soon as I get them edited and uploaded. And beyond that, we will see you again soon in the next video. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the new movie when it comes out. It'll be good. Forever from now, but you know, it'll get there. So, cheers, everybody. See you again soon.